If you've spent much time reading digital documents lately, you probably know the feeling of scrolling through an endless, flat PDF. It surely lacks that tactile, satisfying experience of holding a real book in your hands. There's something about the way a physical page feels and the soft sound it makes when you turn it that just makes reading more enjoyable. To get the real feeling on your digital device, you should check out FlipHTML5. It is a smart digital solution designed to take your standard files and turn them into interactive Flipbooks that actually look and feel like the real thing. No matter if you have a PDF, PPT, or a Word file, this platform lets you create that classic book flipping experience right on your screen. So let's go ahead and see how you can start bringing your digital documents to life. Starting out with a new piece of software can sometimes feel a bit overwhelming, but the first thing you'll notice about FlipHTML5 is just how approachable the whole setup is. Once you sign up and create your account, you are dropped into a workspace that feels very intentional and clean. It's pretty clear right from the start that they designed this with non-technical users in mind. You aren't going to find yourself hunting through complicated menus or trying to decode technical jargon just to get a project moving. Everything is neatly organized so you can see your path forward immediately. Right there on the home page, your primary options are laid out clearly. You can choose to upload a file for conversion, start a new project from a blank slate, or even browse through a library of templates if you need a head start on the design side. If you are in a hurry, there is a handy shortcut button for uploading is located right in the top right corner, which is great for when you just want to get to work. On the left side of the screen, you have a navigation bar that keeps your projects, branding assets, sales data, and statistics all in one place. It feels very intuitive, almost like a natural extension of a standard file manager, which means you can pretty much start creating professional-looking flipbooks on your very first day without needing a manual. Okay, so once we're done with the layout and interface, the next step is to actually put the tool to the test by converting a document. So we'll make a flipbook now. We're going to use a standard PDF, though keep in mind you could just as easily use a PowerPoint or a Word file. To get started, we head over to the Upload section. There are options to simply drag and drop our file, or if our documents are stored in the cloud, we can pull them directly from Google Drive or Dropbox. We can even use a file URL if that is more convenient. So after selecting the file, the conversion takes over. It usually only takes about a minute for the upload and the conversion process to finish. All right, it's done now. When it's done, we can clearly see the preview of our file, but it's no longer just a static document. It has been transformed into a flipbook, where we can grab the corner of a page and watch it curl and flip just like paper. See, we're flipping it. Also, the sound, it's so natural. Sounds just like a real paper. It really added a layer of realism to the digital experience. As you can see on the left side of the editor, we've got a whole suite of customization tools to make the book our own. Let's start by adding the essential info, like a title, a detailed description, and tags to help with organization or searchability. From there, we move into the page editor, where the actual editorial thing happens. In the page editor, you can edit and customize every single page. Here, you can add different elements like a widget, shape, button, hotspot, icon, and more. You can attach links and add image and video files too to make the flipbook even more engaging. What's really cool is the animation. You can animate your page elements, and you can see the layers at the bottom of the page editor. When you get so many customization options like these, your books totally look like yours. Now when you get back and check the book preview, you'll see the changes you made at every page are live. This looks a lot cooler now. Okay, so the design and theme section is there to change the background and the overall aesthetic. If you're using this for business, the branding section is where you can upload your company logo and customize the profile items so the reader knows exactly who the content belongs to. When you're happy with the look, you can share it directly to social media or send out a link. They even give a QR code to download, which is a fantastic way to let people access the flipbook quickly from their phones. At this stage, we want to check how it looks on different screens, so we can toggle the preview between a PC, a tablet, and a mobile view to make sure everything scales correctly. There are also different viewing modes we can play with, like a slideshow mode or a 3D flipping effect, depending on the vibe for our book. So after it's out in the world, we can jump into the Statistics tab to see exactly how many people are reading it and how they are interacting with the pages, which gives us some really great insight into what's working. So that's all about how we started with a static PDF and converted it into a fully interactive digital flipbook. Now, let's look at some other functionalities. While converting one file simple enough, you might find yourself in a situation where you have a dozen different reports or catalogs that all need to be turned into flipbooks at the same time. Instead of doing them one by one and waiting for each to finish, FlipHTML5 has a batch upload feature that is a massive time saver. To do this, you'll want to navigate to the Batch Upload area in your dashboard. Here, you can select multiple files from your computer all at once. As you start the process, you'll see a queue forming where the system begins processing each file simultaneously. It's a very streamlined workflow because you can apply certain global settings to the entire batch, which ensures that all your flipbooks have a consistent look and feel without you having to manually edit every single one. You just sit back for a few minutes while the progress bars move along, and before you know it, you have an entire library of interactive books. Moving on to one of the more modern and impressive features of the platform, we have the Integrated AI Assistant. This is a relatively new addition that fundamentally changes how a reader interacts with a digital book. Instead of just reading the text, your audience can actually have a conversation with the book itself. To set this up, you go into the settings of your converted flipbook and enable the AI Assistant feature. What happens is the AI analyzes the content of your document, so it understands the information inside. Once it's active, a chat interface appears alongside the flipbook. For example, if you've uploaded a long technical manual or a dense textbook, the reader can simply ask the chatbot to summarize a specific chapter. The chatbot will then provide an answer based specifically on the text in your book. It makes the content much more accessible and helps readers find exactly what they need without having to hunt through every page. It's a very futuristic way to handle digital documentation, and setting it up is as simple as toggling a switch and letting the system do the heavy lifting. In addition to converting your own pre-made files, you might sometimes want to build something from scratch, but aren't quite sure where to begin with the design. This is where the template library becomes an essential tool. To start this way, you head over to the template section from your main dashboard. You will see a wide variety of categories ranging from business brochures and educational yearbooks to fashion magazines and restaurant menus. When you find a layout that fits your vision, you just click to open it in the editor. From here, it's a very simple point-and-click process. You can click on any placeholder image to swap it out with your own photos, and you can double-click on the text boxes to type in your own information. You have full control over the fonts, colors, and layout, but the template gives you that professional structure so you don't have to worry about the spacing or the overall balance of the page. It's a great way to produce high-quality work very quickly, especially if you aren't a professional graphic designer. Once you've swapped the content and customized the colors to match your brand, you just hit save and your template-based flipbook is ready to be published and shared, just like the ones you created from your own PDFs. Overall, FlipHTML5 is a powerful and intuitive tool for anyone looking to upgrade their digital documents into something more professional and engaging. It takes the stress out of file conversion while offering advanced features like AI interaction and detailed analytics. If you want to impress your readers and give your content a more realistic feel, you should definitely give it a try. Check out the description for the sign-up link. Try out FlipHTML5 today and start creating your very first flipbook for free. Share your experience in the comments below. Thanks for watching.